This is Rashonda Blackman with Just Some Inspiration for the Mind, Body, and Soul, or a blog, a magazine. It's Just Some Inspiration. So, as promised, if you follow me on Instagram, then earlier this week I stated that I wanted to, I had two topics left. So, just in case you want to know what I'm talking about, for those of you that are watching this for the very first time and hadn't read any of the blogs, so back in May, I was like, I needed some help, right? And so I was asking that my followers submit some topics to me to kind of help give me a boost, right? Because I've been blogging since like March of 2015. And ever since that time, like I have never like hit a plateau in blogging. I've always had something to talk about, always, even if it was something very short. I've always had something to talk about, something going on or whatever. But this year, come May, I was like, I'm at a loss for, what to talk about and things. So I kind of did a post, how may I help you? And I was asking for some topics. So you were helping me, but I was also needing your help as well, right? So got in quite a few topics, and I'm grateful because it took me from May all the way to June. So I was really, really happy about that. And if you follow the blog, then you know my topic on Thursday was Christian dating and how to date as a Christian, and which I'm sure a lot of us want to know that, because there's some wrong ways and there's some right ways. So hopefully that post was able to help you. But I wanted to make this last topic like really fun, so I wanted to do a video about it, and it was submitted by I have quite a few favorite bloggers, but this one is one of he's one of my favorites. It's by Understand546, aka David. So and he was asking my favorite childhood memory. Now he submitted quite a few topics, and I picked two, I think, from the 5 that he submitted, and I thought, my favorite childhood memory, I was like, okay, I think I want to talk about that. So that's what this video is all about. I just thought, since this was the very, very last topic, that I would kind of do something a little different, and voila, YouTube. Now, I got to be honest, like, I don't know how this video is going to turn out, because I'm not a YouTube guru, because you have some people that they know how to edit videos and put in all the funny stuff and have stuff flying over their head and all this stuff to make it interesting. So I do apologize if you're looking for that and this video does not give you that satisfaction. I'm gonna work on that. But in the meantime, I thought that it would be fun just to do a video of me talking about the last topic and my favorite childhood memory. Also, I wanted to do this video because the girl's hair is tight. Okay, my hair is tight this week, all right, and I have some good lighting. So I was like, you know what? I don't know what my hair gonna look like at the end of the week, but you know how it is when you get your hair. Well, ladies and guys, you know how it is when you get your hair done. I mean, you got that good cut. Ladies, you got that good do. And it's like, when you think you looking cute, hello. Okay, I want to take every picture known to man. And I'm not the type of person that like to take a lot of pictures. I actually shy away from taking pictures because, I don't know, the way I see myself in the mirror is not the way those pictures come out, okay? So I'm like, okay, I think I'm looking pretty good today. So I was like, let me go ahead on and get this video. Let me milk this video, okay? Let me milk this hairstyle and everything else that's going with it. So anyway, to get into the topic, so David asked my favorite childhood memory. And I had to really, really think about that. So, because, we can all name things in our childhood that didn't go right. So it took me a little while to think about it, but when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? My favorite childhood memory is when I saw my dad for the very first time. So Just a backstory. My mother was a teenage mom when she had me. She was 16 years old, actually. And my family wanted her, because she was so young, my family wanted her to give me up for abortion because they was like, she's too young to take care of a child and whatever. But my mom, thank God for my Aunt Sally, she was like, no, she laid down, she had this child, she felt like she was grown, she laid down, had this baby, got pregnant, she gonna have this baby. So anyway, thank God I'm here today. Thank you, God and Aunt Sally. But so my mom, she had me really young, and my mom came from a broken childhood. At the age of 12 years old, her mother sent her away to live with, some family members that she had not even met or even known, because my mom told her that her stepdad was touching her. He was molesting her. He had raped her. And so when it came down to the guy or my mom staying, my mom's mom chose to let the guy stay. And she sent my mom away, and I can imagine at 12 years old being sent away, for something that you didn't do, for something that wasn't even your fault, or whatever. So my mom is the product of a married man's child. So that's how she was conceived. So I don't know if her mother did that out of spite, because my mom's dad wasn't in her life, or she loved him and he was married to another woman, so my mom grew up with the insecurity that nobody loved her. Her mom didn't love her. Her dad was married. He didn't want his wife to know, about her. So I can imagine the things that was going on in her mind. And I remember she would tell me all the time, she was like, I just wanted somebody to love me, And so when she got pregnant with me, that was like everything to her. She felt like she finally was going to have someone that could love her. And I pray that, I fulfilled that fantasy, or that, what she wanted, and that I was the daughter that, loved her. And I did. I really, really loved my mom. She was my best friend, and whatever. She passed away in 2016. So, and I miss her every single day. But my favorite childhood memory was meeting my dad for the first time, because I didn't know, who he was. I wanted to know. And I think at any child's age, you get to the point to where you want to know if your dad or your mom is not present in your life. You get to the point to where you want to know who they are. And I wanted to know who my dad was. I had always seen my mom there. But I remember at the age of 5, I began to ask her questions like how he looked. Do I look like him? And, do I have any features or characteristics, about me that remind her, of him? So I began to ask all these questions and stuff. And she would tell me like, yeah, you look like your daddy. She was like, yeah, you definitely got hair like your daddy. And God knows, I inherited that from him. But anyway, she was like, yeah, she was like a certain features of how you make your face, it reminds me of your dad. And so, I was inquisitive. I was like, okay, I want to meet him. At the time, she didn't know how to get in contact with him, but I won't say that it was fate. But my grandmother passed away, which is my mom's mother. And my mom got a message from her cousins that my dad wanted to see me. I was so stoked. I mean, I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, my dad, he wants to see me. And they were like, yeah, he wants to, your cousin Jan, my mom's cousin Jan was going to take me to see him after the funeral. And my mom was kind of nervous about me meeting him, because she didn't know like if, my mind would change and I would want to go and stay with him and all this stuff and whatever. But she let me go. And yeah, I remember someone grabbing my hand after the funeral, and next thing I know, the only thing I could see was the back of this woman's behind. And I'm trying to, keep up with her, because she was walking fast, like through all those people that were there at that funeral, she was walking like, we need to go. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna meet my dad. I was so excited. So we end up going to her house, and we stayed there for a while. And so I remember someone telling me, they was like, hey, your dad lives in Little Rock, because I'm from Arkansas originally, born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas. So they was like, your dad is in Little Rock, and we stayed in North Little Rock. So they were like, would you like to go to his house? I was like, yes, anything to see my dad, And so they took me to his house. There was some other little girls there. To this day, I don't know if those girls were my biological, like my sister, like if those were my dad's kids, or if they were the woman's kids that he was dating at the time. I'm really not for sure, but I just know they were some really nice girls, and and whatever. But it took the longest time for my dad to show up. I didn't know what was going on, and at first I was like, did he remember? Did he remember I'm here, or did anybody tell him or whatever? Finally, after what seemed like hours of waiting, I finally beheld my dad. I finally seen him, and I was so shocked, y'all. Like, I didn't know what to say. I was like, all these questions I was asking my mom, and to get in front of his face and to not have anything to say, He was like Santa Claus to me. And I was like, wow, he was so tall. My mom later told me my dad's like 6'7". So that was one thing that I was hoping I did not inherit from him, his height, because I'm like, no, Lord, please give me my mom's height. But he was so tall, and I remember he looked at me and he was like, I'm your dad, right? And I was like, yes, and but he just kept looking at me, and I can't remember what else he said or whatever, but I just know that wherever he went, I went. I just looked at him, was just in awe. We ended up going back to my cousin Jan's house, and he was telling people that I look like my mom and all this and that. And yeah, we went and we left my cousin Jan's house. He went and got some gas. And I remember, like, he went in his pocket and he took out some money, and he handed me $8. And to me, that was a lot of money back then. I was 9 years old. I was going to be like 10 in like a couple of weeks. And he reached in his pocket and he gave me $8. And the girls that were sitting beside me, like, they were like, ooh. And I was passing the $8 back and forward. Honey, that $8 was like $500 to us, okay? We were in oohs and ahs. And he was like, he gave me the $8 and he dropped me off at my house, and that was it. Like, I was so like excited, or whatever, really didn't know what else to say. Unfortunately, I didn't see my dad anymore after that until I was 14. I was in child support court. My mom told me that she was going to court that day. She had told me like the day before. And I was like, can I go with you? Can I go with you? I just wanted like another opportunity to lay my eyes on him. And she was like, yes. And I remember I was 14. I had gotten like dressed up and in the best attire that I felt like I could get dressed in, and did my hair up to the best of my ability, because I'm my daddy's child. My head don't lay down like that. And I got dressed up and I was like, yeah, we're going. I get a chance to see my dad today. And she was like, yeah. She was like, well, if he shows up. And I was like, I hope he does, because I really wanted to see him. And it was a lot of people in court that day. And, I remember just looking around, just see, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And all of a sudden, this very tall man just came from, like, we were sitting in like this little room, and you couldn't see like on the other side of the wall. There was so many people in there. People were coming and standing up against the walls and stuff, you know. And I remember him coming and standing on that wall. And when our eyes met one another, I knew. Nobody had to tell me. I knew that was my daddy. And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and he knew I was his. I knew he was my daddy. And I was like, wow, I couldn't say anything. I was just looking at him, and he was looking at me, and I guess he got nervous because I was looking at him for so long, like really like weird. And so I guess he went to sit down. But when it was time for us to, for my mom's case to be heard, we all went in the room. Some lady, he was there with some lady, I don't know if that was his wife, his girlfriend, or whatever. And we all went in the room and whatever, and they told me that I couldn't stay, you know, and I was like, man. So, so my mom, my dad, and the lady was in the room, and I had to stand out in the hall. Well, as Mother Nature would have it, because I was determined to stay in that hall and wait on him to come out, just to say something. And as Mother Nature would have it, well, I had to use the bathroom. So once I went down this long hallway that seemed like a freeway, you know, I went to the bathroom and came out, and my mom was standing, you know, at the door, and she was like, oh my gosh. She said, you scared me. I thought he had taken you. And I was like, is it over? And she was like, yeah. She said, he's gone. And I was like, oh no, I didn't get a chance to see him. I wanted to see him again. So my mom was going on. She was telling me about what was going on in the room. But my eyes, as we were walking out, was just all over the place because I was hoping to get a glimpse of him. And we made it to the parking lot, and I was looking around, and I didn't see him anymore. he had done gone. So I just, you know, that was it. Like, from that day forward, I never saw my dad again. Never laid eyes on him again. And, you know, when my mom was pregnant with me, she did find out that he had gotten some other young lady pregnant too, which devastated my mom because she was like, you know, she said, when I heard that news, she said it was like something spoke to her and told her to throw herself out in front of the next car that was coming. And she was like, I couldn't do it. She said, I had to think about you and you on the inside of me. So to this day, I have a sister, and we are the exact same age. She was born in 78. I was born in 79. Well, she was born in November of 78. I was born in April of 79. So right now, we're both the same age. We're both 39. She'll be turning 40 in November, and I'll be turning 40 in April of next year. So how about that for a wowzer? So anyway, I know I've probably prolonged this video probably longer than I probably should have, but that was my favorite childhood memory, seeing my dad, you know, for the very first time, and just being excited about that, and, you know, whatever. I, to this day, don't know if he's still living. I don't know if he's living. Don't know if he's dead. I have tried to see if I could contact him and whatever, because there's just certain things that I go through, certain moods, certain characteristics and things. And I always wonder, you know, did I get that from you, or did I get that? I know what I got from my mom, but, you know, the missing piece is dad. And I'm like, you know, what did I get from you? Like, what was your interest? You know, did you have any hobbies and things like that? So I wonder about that sometimes. And I do get a little sad sometimes when Father's Day roll around, and, you know, so, but hey, it is what it is, you know, and that's life. So that's my story. That was my favorite childhood memory, seeing my dad for the very, very first time. So like I said, I'm sure I prolonged this video long enough, but I just want to say, give a special shout out and thank you to everyone. Understand 546, Driftiness, Rejoicing in Hope, Marissa C, Tracy C, I'm sorry, Marissa B and Tracy C. You know, thank you guys for submitting topics and whatever. If you've missed a topic and you really want to see what they submitted and what those topics were about, then I have them on this page underneath this video. So please feel free to check those out. I appreciate you guys for your support. Thank you for your time and for reading, for commenting, and all that good stuff. So thank you, and stay tuned because I would like to do more videos like this, or if you would like to see me do more videos like this, then leave those in the comments too. You know, whatever, and I'll try to figure out how to do this YouTube editing and all that stuff. I heard it's a lot of work, so yeah. But anyway, so I just want to make you aware that on Wednesdays, every Wednesday for the month, probably not the first Wednesday because that's July 4th and that's a holiday, but every other Wednesday after that for the month of July, I am doing a Wednesday word. So I'm doing a video just like this one. I'm not for sure if it's going to be a Facebook Live. I just tested the waters with an Instagram Live the other day just to see how Instagram was. I think I like Facebook Live just a little bit better. But just doing a video, it's a Wednesday's word. It's some inspiration to get you pumped up and, you know, some things that helped me that, you know, I just want to help you, you know, just want to give back. So that's what Wednesday's word is all about. I'm just going to do a video. Usually I post quotes on Wednesdays and I just say a little something about it, but this will kind of be like the same thing, except you'll be seeing my face, like me talking like I'm doing right now. So but anyway, but I hope you have a happy Saturday. Thank you so much for looking at this video, and yeah, so I guess I will see you guys around, see you in the blogs, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.